Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So a couple of days ago, I made this video. This is the thumbnail. If you guys missed this video, first of all, you gotta watch it. I go extremely deep and I'm making it rain with receipts. Now, we know what's going on in America right now, especially in California. Wherever Mexicans are, there will be illegal Mexicans there as well. And that is where ICE is showing up. They're raiding nightclubs, Mexican restaurants, car washes, swap meets, big factories, etc., etc., etc. And when it comes to the entire country, obviously it's not just Mexicans. But the reason why I say Mexican primarily is because when it comes to California alone, there are 1.8 million undocumented immigrants that live in California. And at least 95% of those illegals are Mexican. And that's just a statistic that's on the internet. There's most likely more than that because a lot of illegal aliens have fake documents, fake IDs, fake social security numbers. With that all being said, in the last video I did about this topic, I played many clips to really hammer my point. And one of the clips that I played involved this young Mexican lady, and she was explaining why Mexicans and other Latinos need the Black Justice League's help. She said by default, you would think that black and brown would be the most unified in the country because of the oppression that we deal with, etc., etc. She said there is only one race. Now, this was once again one of the many clips that I responded to and completely unpacked everything that she said. Like I said, if you missed that video, you gotta watch it because this right here is the sequel to that movie. This is the Black Justice League Part 2. So just to sum it all up, when I responded to this young lady, I said that all this stuff you're saying to black people, you need to be saying this stuff to the racist Mexicans and the other racist Latinos in the country. Because if you did, maybe we wouldn't be as divided as we are today. And it's so funny because in this video, she's saying almost word for word what I was saying in my response video that I did. I mean, she literally made almost every single point that I made in that response. So what I wanna do, just in case you guys missed it, I wanna play a small clip of what she said before and what she's saying now.
I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? Let me tell you something. If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority, right? Black and brown are the minority in this country. We have had a lot more issues than any other race in this country. So, you know, by default, you would kind of think like we would stand together, you know, having a history of so much oppression. And, you know, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of conversation. Once y'all get over the fact that it's not a race thing, because there is only one race, and that is the human race.
Okay, so now I want to get into the clip of what she is saying now.
Now that I have addressed the racism within my own community, let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. So I wanted to take my time before I made this video. I knew it was coming, but I had to go out in, you know, the field and ask my people what's going on. So this is what I concluded. When I went to go talk to them, they said that, you know, we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something. I want to make two things clear. First, I want to start off by saying that when we say things like this, we are following the same agenda that we are fighting against. We are fighting against white supremacy and racism. Those ideas that, you know, that we have, the way we think, the way we are taught to fear African Americans, that is the same thing that we are fighting against. It's no different. When we choose to to speak like this and participate in these stereotypes. We are no better than the people we are fighting against. And that is a point I want to make very clear to the people within my community, that you guys sound ignorant. You know, we need to figure it out. Where do you truly stand with this? Because, you know, people are right. You can't ask African Americans for help when this is in the real world. That is how they are treated. My second point. Reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. They have been fighting for a very long time, since they came here. And us not acknowledging, you know, I know I don't feel that as a country we have paid the respect that they owe. You know, they really do. We owe them everything. It's because of greats. They're great people. You know, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the Black Panthers, they paved the way for us. They are the blueprint. And for us to go and participate in the same mentality that we are fighting against, it's just horrible. And it's wrong. If we don't fix this type of mentality and check our people, we are no better than the people we are up against. I want you to know that ignorance is our greatest enemy. So please do not allow yourself to be blinded by hate. I love and respect everybody, and I just want to say that if there's more people in the Latin community who are with me, I need y'all to say something. I need y'all to join the fight with me, because I can't be the only one.
She is absolutely right. She completely nailed it. She says she cannot be the only one. And that is the problem with Latinos and Mexicans, is the vast majority of Latinos do not think like this woman. That Mexican woman that was just talking, she has a heart of gold. And the majority of women, once again, when it comes to Latinos, are not racist. But the problem is a lot of them become indoctrinated by the men that are, which brings me to something else that this lady said. She kept saying in that video, if we keep acting like this, then we are no better than the people that are oppressing us. Here's the problem with that statement. The same people that are oppressing Mexicans and other Latinos are who they actually aspire to be. Many Mexicans in particular have been begging to be classified as white since the 1930s. I've already broke this down in my other video about Ryan Garcia, when Ryan Garcia reacted to Donald Trump's ethnic cleansing campaign of Mexicans and other Latinos. In 1929, Mexicans, they wanted the name Mexican to be removed from the census. They wanted to be classified as white Americans. And once again, I completely broke this down in that video. You guys gotta watch it. It's a great video. Now, if you notice, they asked to be classified as white, not indigenous, not Afro-Mexican. They wanted to be considered white only. And this is the reason why you have people like Ryan Garcia saying he wants to join the KKK and kill black people. You see, when that girl, when she said that, you know, black and brown, we both deal with oppression. One of the differences is when we fight for justice, we don't want to be white. We want to be black. We just want to be black with an even playing field. But a lot of Latinos, they want to be considered white for one reason, is they don't want to have to deal with the discrimination that we have dealt with since day one.
Free white people could be citizens. So here comes Mexicans who are not white, who most of them were not white. I mean, there were some Mexicans that were, you know, Spaniards that were born in Mexico and they were now called Mexicans who were white. But the majority of the people who were quote unquote acquired in that territory were labeled white. And that, I mean, when I go back to it, I'm like, that created such a host of issues because uno se las creyeron, like uno se la creyeron, los que no se la creyeron continually have sought whiteness as a way to advance, as a way of economic mobility, as a way to protect themselves from racism and discrimination. It has never worked out to try to veil ourselves under whiteness, but that's like partly where it comes from.
So this goes back to what the Mexican woman in my first clip said. She said, it can't just be me. And unfortunately, there are too many Mexicans that think like Ryan Garcia. While Ryan Garcia is saying that he wants to be white, he wants to join the KKK, he wants to be a part of white supremacy. Now, if you guys really want contrast, just listen to what this lady is saying.
I know everybody views the world through their own experiences, but kindness and empathy are free. We are taught to hate each other because of our differences, when in reality, that's what makes us beautiful. This is a fight against white supremacy, racism, fascism, classism, and the freedom to be who you are. We the people are not the problem. It's our administration. They want us divided because we are easier to target when we are not united. But it's 2025 and it's time to stop carrying the hate from those who tried to colonize us. We as a country cannot heal if we are always on survival mode. So I just want to take the time to spread light and positivity and unity, because at the end of the day, that's what this is about.
Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and kill that nigga again. I hate you, bro. I hate all niggers. And guess what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. You ain't gonna catch me apologizing for nothing. The last time I apologized was never. So.
And that right there is a stark contrast. On one side, you have a beautiful woman inside and out. On the other side, you have a confused Mexican that wants to align with white supremacy. He wants the acceptance of white supremacy. But Donald Trump has made it very clear that Ryan Garcia and the rest of the Latinos who think like him will never be accepted as white, no matter how racist you are to black people. I told you guys in my last video about this, there's a reason why there are no white immigrants being deported right now. There are millions of white illegal immigrants that live in America right now, migrated from Canada, Australia, Europe, came to America with a tourist visa or maybe a temporary work visa and just never went back home. But they're not being deported at all.
Talk about being a white illegal immigrant in America. I was born in America, but my father was not. He was born in Sweden. My parents, when they got married, they came over here legally. My dad got a work visa and then a green card. Eventually, my father lost his job, his green card expires, and he stays in America. My father is now considered an illegal immigrant. My father was arrested multiple times, did drugs, all while not having legal documentation. They never once threatened to deport him. Why? He's white! It's because he's white! Like, y'all, are you not seeing what I'm seeing? If you're a white person talking about, oh no, we're deporting them because they're illegal, you're racist! You're racist because you wouldn't deport a white person.
Yep, another reality check. But the truth is, Mexicans, they've been getting reality checks from the beginning. Unfortunately, this girl, she's in the minority when it comes to Mexicans and other Latinos. Ryan Garcia, he is a perfect example. Have you guys noticed all the racist stuff that Ryan Garcia said? No Mexican denounced him. He's never really been condemned at all. In fact, the reality is Ryan Garcia was actually loved and praised even more by Mexican fans after he said that racist stuff.
Rolly versus Garcia, who do you got?
I got Ryan all day.
Ryan all day.
Ryan all day.
Ryan for sure.
Ryan all day.
Yeah, Ryan, bro. Come on.
Ryan,
bro. Ryan Garcia, bro.
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia, baby.
It's the King Ryan squad over here? Yeah? Okay. So what boxer on the card do you want to see get flattened the most? Oh, we got some Haney haters over here.
So they love Ryan Garcia, but they hate the black guy that Ryan Garcia cheated against. Now make that make sense. Now see, when it comes to black people, we hold other black people accountable for the smallest stuff. I mean, a black person could sneeze the wrong way and other black people be on his ass tough. That's not the way it is with Mexicans. I always tell you guys, boxing is just a microcosm of everything that we see outside of the sport. In other words, you can actually tell a lot about a person just the way he talks boxing. Those views that they have about black boxers is often a reflection of how they feel about black people in general. Those fans that were outside that was making predictions on the Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero fight, the way they feel is the way 98% of Latinos feel, not just about Devin Haney, but black American fighters in general when they're being compared to a boxer who's not black. So once again, when this Mexican lady, when she says it can't just be her, unfortunately, the majority of Latinos, they think more like Ryan Garcia than her. And once again, it's not just the Mexicans, it's other Latinos as well. Mexicans just happen to be the most racist Latinos out of all of them, which I completely broke down in my last video about this, the Black Justice League Part 1. So while Mexicans are the most racist, of course you have other Latinos that are very racist as well, like the Cubans that were extremely pro-Trump and got what they were voting for.
La única comunidad que nos va a sacar de este hueco se llaman los negros
100%.
americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out, because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans. Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your ass as Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
If only the majority of Latinos thought like these women, then black and brown would be the biggest allies. But instead, Mexicans would rather align with white supremacists in prison, once again begging for their acceptance. But now that Donald Trump has started his ethnic cleansing campaign, where are those Nazis at now? None of those Nazis are backing these Mexicans now. And Mexicans are not even asking for their help now. Now they're asking for black people's help. Now they're asking for the Black Justice League. But they want to go to war with black people in prison and align with white supremacists that see Mexicans as inferior. But Mexicans want to make black people their arch rival in every avenue of society. In prison, outside of prison, in boxing, schools, etc., etc., etc. And this is the reason why when they're asking for our help right now, black people are saying nope. You know what nope stands for? Not our problem, SA.
I am noticing a very unsettling expectation for black people to have to put their bodies on the line time and time again for everybody else. Buckle up, because I want to have another ugly, uncomfortable conversation, but that's what this app is for. We got to have it. So I got my little support plushie, say hi. We're going to have this conversation because it needs to be had. For most of American history, the burden of fighting for freedom and civil liberties has almost always fallen on mostly black folks. Not to take away from some other people, but for the most part, it was black folks. Also just want to specify black Americans. I have been noticing an unsettling entitlement to black bodies whenever shit is going down in this country. Stay with me. You guys remember in 2020 with the Stop Asian Hate, remember there was that disgusting wave of racism against Asian Americans because of COVID, right? I remember, because it was around the time of Black Lives Matter, that we were kind of called to the front of the line. I clocked it again in 2024 when the protests were erupting for the genocide that's currently happening in Gaza against the Palestinian people. And I remember Black Lives Matter being thrown right back in our faces. Remember? Clock it. I remember. Black folks were also called to the front of the line. It's 2025 and I'm noticing it again right now with all the tension that's going on with Trump and ICE and the deportations and the witch hunt that's happening, right? Where I'm seeing a lot of Hispanic, and it's not all, I'm not trying to blanket statement anything, but I'm noticing a lot of Hispanics get on this app demanding, once again, well, where are the black people? Why aren't y'all at the protests? What happened to black and brown? Okay. I keep hearing again and again, well, what happened to black and brown? What happened to us? What happened to black and brown? And what I want to ask is, black showed up for the polls. Black was at the polls. We showed up, we showed out, we stayed 10 toes down. For you, for us, for everybody. But if we look at the numbers, 92% of black women voted for Kamala. And I think around 80-something% of black men voted for Kamala. But the numbers for Latino voters jumped up 10 points for Trump. The Latino vote is a lot more split and was a lot more closer compared to the black vote. I don't even want to talk about the Asian vote. Don't even want to look at it. And if you're someone who's ever studied political science or has taken any statistics class, you would know that 90-something%, anything above 51% is impressive and is considered a majority. It's hard to get 51% of any group of people, regardless of their race, gender, or whatever in this country, to vote one way on anything. So the fact that this past election, 92% of black women stayed 10 toes down against this foolishness is a statistical miracle. But it's not a surprise because it's how we've always been. We always have had this herd mentality. Are there black people who voted for Trump? Absolutely. But it's minuscule if you really think about it. For most of American history, the burden of fighting for civil liberties against oppression has almost always fallen on the shoulders of black Americans. And I see a lot of immigrants who come, get their papers, get their documents, they get that pretty little blue passport, and they forget why they have it in the first place. And what a lot of immigrants fail to realize is that they would have never let your brown ass in if they hadn't let our black ass go. Whether you immigrated from Asia, Africa, South America, wherever, you really think they would have let you in if they had never let us go? Black people are not the Avengers. We are not the Justice League. We are not, you cannot expect us to assemble every time some shit is going down. Y'all got used to this on this app. A lot of people do this. But it's funny, when it comes to the polling, when it comes to election results, this never matches up with the numbers. People voted for their own self-interest, where the black community, I feel like we get it. For the most part, we get it. We stay 10 toes down. And back to the Hispanic people on this app who are upset with black folk. Somehow we're in the mix. Somehow it's our fault. Somehow we're the bad guys for not showing up to the protest. Why on earth would you expect us to put our bodies on the line again? Given the context of black protests and how unsafe it is for us to protest, you know it's unsafe for us to protest, and yet you're still here demanding and asking why we're not out there. And to that I say, most of us did our part. If there are black people out there who want to protest, who want to go out in the streets, love you, be safe. But I don't know about y'all, but about me, this past election was a slap in the face. I'm going to repost. I'm going to make my little videos. I'm going to get my little plushie. I'm going to keep it safe. And I would encourage other black women to just know that it's okay to play it safe. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to feel the sense of betrayal, because I'm not going to lie, we feel betrayed. And I'm a little tired of the demonization for us choosing to kind of just take a step back. Because again, we're not the Avengers. We're not going to keep putting our bodies on the line. We can't, it's not sustainable, y'all. There's not enough of us to keep putting our bodies on the line for everybody. This feels like a group project. We showed up, we did the work, and I feel like everybody just kind of reaps the benefits. That's how it feels. But in this case, in this group project, we failed. And the people who didn't pull in, who didn't pull their weight, who didn't do their part, are looking at us, pissed off. Well, why did we get a C when they didn't pull their weight? That's how I feel. And I understand that some of you are feeling what you're feeling right now. Tensions are high. It's a scary time that we're living in. But you got to ask yourself why, when shit hits the fan, why do you always lean on Black women to come in and swoop in and save the day? I'm not seeing this energy towards Asian women. I'm not seeing this energy towards white women. I'm not even seeing this energy towards Hispanic women who, I'm sorry, they betrayed you in the polls. It's really anti-Blackness, but I mean, there's so many layers to this discussion.
Nope. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.